Welcome to Media Lesson 2A, representing decimal fractions. So notice that we wrote decimal fractions. So decimals are actually fractions. We just have a special notation for them. So in the first couple of videos, we're going to build up the idea of what a decimal is. Basically a fraction with a power of 10, like 10, 100, 1000, etc. And then we're going to connect our ideas from fractions to decimal fractions and a new notation for fractions. So in this example, we're going to represent the tens place, which is a denominator of 10, using the area model. The square below represents the unit, so this is our unit. Using the tick marks, draw vertical lines to partition the unit into equal pieces. So I'm going to show you one example of how you're going to do this, and then you can pause the video and do this on your own. So notice there's a tick mark here and here, and they correspond. You want to use some sort of straight edge. You can get a debit card or a credit card or a ruler if you have one, and draw straight lines going all the way down for these tick marks. So now you want to pause the video and finish that, and then we'll look at the next slide. Here is an image of what your grid should look like after you draw all of those tick marks. So now let's answer these questions. How many equal pieces did you partition the square into? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And notice it says equal pieces. So yours may not look exactly equal, even mine don't look exactly equal, but remember these represent the same size pieces, 10 equal pieces in the unit. If the square is the unit, what fraction number represents each piece? Well, one piece would be 1 out of the 10 pieces. And recall from the last lesson, we would write that as 1 out of 10. And the word name for each piece, for this number right here, is 1/10. Okay. So notice we take the denominator of 10 and we add the th. And you have to be careful about this because notice tenth, it's kind of hard to say, and when we say it, sometimes you don't hear the sound. So make sure you understand that. This tenth with the th means the denominator is 10. It's not just 10. The number 10 compared to 1/10. Next, we're asked to shade 3 of the equal parts with an orange highlighter. So hopefully you have an orange and a yellow highlighter, and it's good to use different colors because it helps you get a visual idea of what these represent. So I have an orange highlighter ready. And I'm going to do 3 of the equal parts. And I'm going to do these 3 right here. You could actually shade any 3 of these pieces, and that would be 3 of the equal parts. But I'm going to use the ones on the left. And in the Math AS problems, you'll be asked to shade from left to right because the computer requires it. So it's a good habit to get into, but I do want you to know that you can shade any 3, and that would still be 3 out of 10. You don't have to shade the ones on the left. Okay. And now we can think of one of these we're going to call in later problems an orange strip. So when you hear orange strip, I want you to think from top to the bottom, one orange strip is equal to 1/10 of the unit. So we've shaded, and it asks what fraction number represents the shaded area. Well, we shaded 3 orange strips, or 3 out of 10 of the orange strips. So that will be 3 out of 10. And we'd write that in words as 3/10. And the next question asks, what fraction number represents the area that is not shaded? So the not shaded area is here, and we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can also see, well, there was a total of 10. If 3 are shaded, then 7 out of the 10 are not shaded. So we could say 7 out of 10, or 7/10, are not shaded. And notice if you combine these two amounts, 3/10 and 7/10, that gives you a total of 10 out of 10, which is equivalent to 1, which makes sense because this is our unit.